Hey guys, Omni here. We are back for the finale of The Haunting of Bly Manor. The last episode unraveled the mystery of the woman of the lake that walks the halls at night. Yeah, man, it was a really great episode. Again, I'll reiterate this. I still wish they would have kind of like sprinkled a little bit more out throughout the earlier episodes, but that still was a pretty fun episode to kind of see how everything kind of came to be and how it influences the things that we've been seeing today in Bly, and how a lot of the same themes that have played out with the Wingrave family has been playing out kind of in repetition since this whole thing kind of got started off. Now, once we wrap this up, as I had mentioned to you guys previously, I will be diving into Midnight Mass. With Better Call Saul's final season coming into play this week, I don't know if I might have a little bit of a break. So there might be a little bit of a gap between The Haunting of Bly Manor just to make it easier on my week. And I apologize because I did say that I would be going right into Midnight Mass once wrapping this up, but I completely forgot about that show. Originally, I wasn't even sure if I was going to be covering it or not, but I'm going to be covering it on the channel. So that said, that may be coming maybe a few weeks from now. I'll try to keep you all updated for sure, but don't fret. I will be jumping into Midnight Mass, so don't worry. We'll be going through it. I definitely want to see it. I wanted to watch it initially, but I know they're unconnected, but for me, I wanted to watch Mike Flanagan's work evolve. So we started obviously with Hill House, Bly, and then we'll be following up with Midnight Mass. I just wanted to go in that order. I know I could have probably jumped on the hype train and just skipped right to Midnight Mass, because when I started Hill House, that was still like the big thing that a lot of people were talking about. But nah, I didn't want to do that for whatever reason. The way my brain works, I wanted to start off at the beginning with this stuff, even though, again, I know they're not connected, but I will be getting to it. There just might be a little bit of a delay, a little bit longer of a gap between Bly Manor and that than I had originally foreseen, but we'll get there. We'll get there, I promise. But guys, that said, we're going to go ahead and get ready to jump into this. So if you're part of the 62% of people that are not subscribed to the channel that watch these videos, maybe you're tuning in for the first time or you've been a long-time lurker, if you enjoy the reaction, I really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button and maybe even leave a little like. It really does help out the channel in the long run. That said, if you want to see the full-length reaction to this episode or any of the previous ones, you can check those out over on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, gets you access to those as well. It helps support the channel, helps us grow and improve the quality of the videos that come to you guys over on YouTube. Try to make it worth your while with a couple of other special details over there for you guys. You can check those out if you like. But of course, I know nobody can help us that way. And a simple way you can help us out is just by liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing these videos, because it really does help us and boost the channel in the YouTube algorithm. That all said and down the way, guys, let's pop into the finale of The Haunting of Bly Manor. Here we go.
Charlotte is dead. Rebecca and Peter are dead. I'm dead.
Yes.
I don't want to slip away. I want to stay here with you.
But you can't.
God damn it, man. These two are like my favorites, man.
I looked at you and I almost forgot myself for a moment. God knows I tried not to think of you. I thought of you often. Thinking about the places we would go, wherever to leave Bly. You'd open your restaurant, make me taste all those wonderful recipes you created in that beautiful, maddening mind of yours.
This is hurting so bad, man.
I loved you, Evan. I should have told you.
What a life we could have had.
Oh, Evan, wouldn't it have been wonderful?
You have to help me.
I thought I was.
Out there. You must help me. Out there.
Oh, come on, Hannah. Come on.
Laura! Get inside! Now hide! Let her go!
Oh! Come on, Hannah, come on. Someone was opening the door to the kids' room. Oh, come on. She's losing it. She's not kicking or fighting anymore. Oh no.
We lay, my love.
That's what the singing sounds like, I guess. What are they doing? Just watching. Oh yeah, I forgot he was on the way. Completely forgot he was coming out here. Honestly, I'm surprised he didn't fucking crash with how wasted he was.
Put her down.
Wait, no, that... I didn't hear a crack. Oh, well, shit. Well, he's stuck in the gravity well now, too. Who's this? Oh no, shit, fuck. God, no, everybody get the fuck out of here. God damn it.
They need you at the lake.
Oh no, this is... No, God damn it, no. And she got pulled back. No, fuck.
It's okay, sweetheart. You won't feel it. Okay, I'll feel it for you. Go ahead, love. You let me handle this part. Let me in. It's you! It's me! It's us!
Wouldn't she have heard Flora say it too, though, just then?
It's us.
Is she gonna let her in?
Do you feel that? When he checks the well, please tell Owen I'm sorry. Tell him I love him.
I'm so sorry, Miles.
The au pair invited Viola into herself, and the invitation had been accepted. In that instant, the spell that Viola had cast over Bly was broken.
So who's in control? Danny or Viola?
In the days that followed, a calm settled over Bly Manor for the first time in centuries. After the housekeeper's body was taken from the well, some in the village said that the cook rode with her all the way to the coroner. He stayed at her side until she was buried, and he loved her the whole way.
You're about done up here.
She's got two different colored eyes now.
I got distracted. Sorry. I help you.
She didn't before, right? Same thing happened with Miles when Peter was taking over, I thought.
I feel her. In here. This angry, empty, lonely beast. It's watching me. She's waiting. At some point, she's gonna take me.
Do you want company? While you wait for your beast in the jungle. Do you want company? You alright, Puppins? Yeah.
Has she tried to leave here since then? I don't feel good about this. Is she gonna pop back into the room once they cross the threshold? Okay. Okay,
We could keep
we're
driving
good.
north, it looks pretty rural.
I don't think we should plan, Christmas. It's a ways away.
One day at a time is fine by me. As long as those days with you, Poppins. One day at a time is what we've got.
They are so cute.
Have something for you.
Oh, yeah?
Aww.
Yeah. I'm not sick of you. at all. I'm actually pretty in love with you, it turns out.
No.
1 year became 2. And from 2, it spread into an endless time. So it seemed.
What is going on here?
Wait, did she put a ring in there? Oh, that's nice.
And I don't know how much time we have left. But however much it is, I want to spend it with you. That's enough for me. If it's enough for you.
I reckon that's enough for me.
Dude, can we not just exercise this bitch out of her? This is fucking pissing me off with how cute this is, but this little fucker is just kind of creeping around in her brain.
This is the best
Aww.
nation. I'm so happy for you both.
Cheers, mate.
Actually, they all came here a few months back. Henry, Miles, Flora. Flora's boyfriend.
God damn.
Laura's got a boyfriend.
Oh yeah, so a lot of
She's
time has
12.
fucking passed.
17.
Jesus.
It's interesting, though, the way they talk about Bly. They don't remember anything about it.
What?
What?
Nothing.
No.
Jesus! What happened? I saw her. We could have so many more years together. Danny, we could have so many more years. We'll keep an eye on it, and it'll be fine. Our union is officially civil. Marry again.
No.
It looks like that's enough.
She drowned herself. Oh no, she's just staring at it in the tub and letting the water run.
Danny.
It's trying to pull at her.
It's getting harder and harder to see me.
Wake, walk, and shh. Or that.
The au pair knew the moment had come. The beast had lurked indeed, and the beast, at its hour, had sprung. And so the gardener found herself back at Bly Manor, one last time. Take me with you, she cried in her heart. Take me. Drag me down like you did the others. But the lady in the lake was different now, and Danny wouldn't. Danny would never. No one would ever be taken again. And no one has been taken to this day. For the rest of her days, the gardener would gaze into reflections, hoping to see her face, her own lady in the lake. And as she slept underneath the water, the au pair's memories would fade, like Viola before her, leaving the only trace of who she once was in the memory of the woman who loved her most.
Shall we?
I think I'll stay here a moment. I liked your story,
I'm glad.
but I think you set it up wrong just in the beginning. You said it was a ghost story. It isn't.
No?
It's a love story.
Oh. That was cute. That was so fucking sad, man. But it's so touching. I don't even know where to start, man. the way everything kind of folded in on itself and became this all about protection, love, and I don't know. It was just beautiful, man. Especially the lengths that they went through for each other and just the selflessness that Danny had. And just the way that everything kind of came full circle there in the end. And we got a glimpse of where everybody is kind of at now. It was really beautiful, man. This was a really good series. I still prefer Hill House. Like, if I had to choose, like, between the two, I think they're both very different ghost stories. But yeah, man, it's still great overall. Like, I think Mike Flanagan did a really good job with this. I still think what I think about Viola's story. But yeah, man. I liked it, man. It was that episode in particular definitely hit me in the feels, dude. Just how in love they all were, and Hannah, the sacrifice, and just the pain that Owen's got to go with, man, and how he carries on her memory and all that, and then the kids just don't remember anything at all, and they're just not latched into that pocket of the world anymore. Just seeing, again, some of the parallels to things we've seen throughout the rest of the show up to this point. This stupid piece of shit Viola. God damn it, Ed. It just pisses me off. Danny didn't deserve all of that. Stubborn ass bitch. Viola, not Danny. Danny, she pulled the big hero card, man. Trapping that thing inside of her, keeping it from imprisoning everybody else at the manor, freeing everybody that was already trapped there. Though I still don't understand. Well, okay, so I do think that, like, maybe whenever Danny brought her in, that, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I was trying to get at for there for a second. I lost that thought. But yeah, I figured at that point that the narrator was going to end up being the gardener, way earlier on, and I kind of ended up also kind of spoiling that for myself beforehand too, because when I was writing the description, started going back and editing the descriptions later to look at the cast list, and I was like, in the Wikipedia thing, I just happened to see it at a glance that Carla Gugino was a future Jamie. So that reveal I was waiting for and expecting. Unfortunately, that was my fault, but it is what it is. I still enjoyed it. It still was beautifully compounded in the way they wrapped everything around, and just kind of brought us all the way back into the beginning, and how they kind of echoed their whole story as a way of, like, tying into this wedding that was coming in, that she was kind of attending here. I don't know, man. I don't really know what to touch upon, man. I just like how they bring these stories into some very human. I love how Mike Flanagan can weave these tales into just being about the human experience so closely and tightly. And while, like you said, it's like you introduced this as a ghost story, but it's actually a love story. The other one was, like, really just about a family. It's a family story, a family drama, a broken family, dealing with pain and their own trauma, mental health, and all kinds of stuff. It was masked within the guise of a ghost story. And this is the opposite. This is, well, not opposite. It's the same kind of thing, but, like, it's instead a story about love and how it endures, how it changes, how it evolves, how it reinforces and reinvigorates life. And it was just, I mean, it was just really well done, man. Like if I give like Hill House like a 10 out of 10, I think I give this one like a 9.5, maybe 9. I really like it, man. I think I don't really know what to say. I've said a lot about the show up until this point. You know, at the end of at the end of every episode, and this was more. You know, we got to close to the whole stuff at the manor, and then everything else was just kind of an epilogue, the life after, and it was just. I'm glad that Danny just didn't outright die, and that she got to like fight this thing, contain it, and live a life free. Well, not free, but freer than she had been. You know, being who she truly was, who not having to really hide herself from the world. She got to be with the person she loved in the end. She was doing all the things she was kind of running away from and trying to fight off and hide before that brought her to Bly to begin with. So it's also kind of funny how those things kind of tied into and instigated this whole thing to be for her and her journey of accepting who she is and what she deserves and all this sort of stuff. But then it's just taken away with this ticking clock that she's got because of what she did to save everybody. This is really good, man. I really like this series, so I really appreciate everybody that suggested it. I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about this one because honestly, outside of that, I don't really have too much to say or touch upon that I haven't already discussed. I mean, it's just weaved in so many different like themes, threads, storylines, payoffs. In the end, Miles didn't get taken out because she snapped Peter back into the afterlife, so that works. Helped Miles get out of that. Wasn't too sure about Henry there for a minute, but he was like out of body, so he was in the in-between, so I like how they were able to keep him on going. I just feel so bad for Hannah and Owen, man. And Jamie and Danny's relationship, and how that blossomed and evolved, and just how deeply rooted that it was, and the amount of care that kind of ties back into her whole moonflower thing. It's like, you know, it's beautiful. It only blooms once and then it dies. And you have to go through all this care and all this stuff just for these fleeting moments. And sometimes people aren't really worth it to kind of keep going through that same thing. And then they found that together and they cultivated it. They bloomed, they blossomed, they went through all these different things. They got to live this life. And in the same way, Danny and Jamie had just as much of a stubbornness as Viola did. So that did kind of carry over, I guess. And I don't know if that was accentuated by Viola's own stubbornness by being in Danny, but that they gave themselves a lot more time than they ever thought they had. And that kind of echoes what Viola went through with how she just kind of pushed through her tuberculosis. She just they were like, you only have a couple of months before you go. And they were preparing for that. And she lingered for years. And she lingered, from the timeline, it seemed like she lasted just about as long as Viola did before Perdita had killed her. So, I'm sorry, Perdita. So yeah, this time around though, it was just kind of, Viola was the one that kind of came out and, actually no, like it was, Viola was like, I'm coming, I'm getting closer, and Danny was like, nah. Went to Bly, ran off, left a note for Jamie, and went back to Bly and threw her ass in the lake. Brought her right back to where it all started. But trapping her there, becoming one, permanently bonding the two, containing her back, and basically exorcising the grounds, man. It's a good story, man. It was a really good story. Guys, though, what did you think? Sound off the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. We'll carry on the conversation after the video. Feel free to join us in our Discord. We could talk about it there as well. Links to that and all my socials down below. As always, I'd really appreciate it if you follow me on each and every one of those. If you want to see the full-length reaction of this episode or any of the previous ones, those are on Patreon. Or if you become a member of the channel, it gets you access to those as well. Before we go, I want to shout out our channel legends, Manny Sherritt, Ryan Karen, Philly Vane, Yori, Corey Scott, Margaret Grace, Mary Bradley, Nate Prouty, and Melita. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. And like I said in the beginning, we will be getting to Midnight Mass. I might take a little bit of a break between now and whenever we jump back into that, because there is a couple other shows that will be starting this week and then at the end of the month as well. So it is getting a little tight, but I will get to it, I promise. So it just might not be directly after this. So hope you all stick around. subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care, everybody.